آخر عرض عنا اليوم للينا عبد-الصمد. خلينا نرحبها، نعطيها طاقتنا. شايفة لينا؟ أوكي.
يسعد مساءكم. أنا لينا. شكراً. رح أشارككم خاطرة عن صراعي مع الهوية كوني فلسطينية أمريكية. إن شاء الله تعجبكم. To be a child of the Palestinian diaspora, a conversation. You don't look American. Rich olive skin, dark forest brows, almonds for eyes. You talk with your hands like your forefathers. You devour makluba. You're obsessed with warak dawali. And searching for Macintosh delights at home is always a game of hide and seek. You look and act the part, but it's your tongue that's a traitor. It still confuses some syllables in colloquial Palestinian Arabic. You practice saying basic greetings over and over. You strengthen your weak American tongue in exchange for the lushness of your true language. You know, the one you were supposed to speak if you had never left the country. Instead, your tongue carries the burden of two very distinct languages, and you carry the burden of bearing a hyphenated identity, Palestinian American. You make sure that Palestinian comes first, because that's who you truly are, who you're supposed to be. Why did your parents bring you back here? Every Arab American has this answer memorized: to learn Arabic and religion. To learn that the land of milk and honey tells stories. To learn that we are not people defined by our occupiers, but by the fullness of our hijacked culture. To find yourself. To belong. Which is better, the bled or America? You go through phases. When you lived in the US, you made sure everyone knew where you truly belonged. Palestine, not Pakistan. Friends learn about the Israeli occupation, and they cannot list Israel as a Middle Eastern country, at least not in front of you. They know you call your mom and dad Mama and Baba. They're aware that you drench olive oil in everything, and that hummus is pronounced as hummus, not hummus. By the way, you don't buy the Israeli brand. Purchasing from Starbucks is basically financing the enemy to murder you. Maybe not you, but the rest of you back home. The second part of your identity is contradictory to the first. Politics has a way of ruining who you are even before you existed. The next phase starts when your family comes back to Palestine. Mama and Baba have finally decided it's time to come back to learn about who you truly are. You survive the infamous Qalandia checkpoint. Bismillah is the first word you choose to say the minute you step on Palestinian soil. This is the beginning. Here is home. The village children assume that you are blonde and blue-eyed, a Barbie doll, a typical version of Dick and Jane. You converse in Arabic, but they still call you American. You go to a school that teaches the American academic system while including Arabic classes. The best of both worlds. Crammed in a classroom among other children of diaspora. They're a lot like you. A hybrid of two cultures, two parts of a whole, or an attempt at being whole. Some students are more Arab than American. These types of students blend into the culture more easily than the students that identify with their Western side. They are more accepted. You choose to be more accepted. Some people insist that you are lucky, blessed even. Perks of living abroad include being bilingual. Nowadays, English is the most coveted language to master. Your P's and B's are never confused. Yet these people aren't aware how you prefer to read the translated version of Ghassan Kanafani's Men in the Sun. They aren't aware how that makes you feel like a fraud, having Palestinian blood whirl through your veins while having a tongue chained by 26 letters. Where is home? It seems clear when you are living in one country, home is always the other nation. Your current residency is a fraction of what you call home. During the phase that you decide to be accepted by your people, home is Palestine. Of course it is. You are too Arab for America. Their mannerisms mix with yours like olive oil and water. Yet sometimes you begin if you are too American for Palestine. You actually wait in lines. Traversing streets is only done at pedestrian crossings. Seatbelts are worn when you are in the passenger's seat. It is considered to be slightly strange if you follow the rules in the occupied land. On bad days, you wonder if home is just a distorted illusion, a fairy tale that only some people actually believe exists. It is a word that tastes like it does not belong in your mouth. How could you embody both cultures with their contradictions and not be at war with your identity? Why must you have to choose with whom you identify with more? Why can't home be a mosaic of your navy and emerald passports? On good days, you know that home is a story that includes you. You come to this realization when you are with other children of diaspora. Sure, it is a little different for you than it is for other characters living on either side of the globe, but you are included. You are not a ghost in both American and Palestinian culture. Instead, you are a part of it. As you construct and bridge these two cultures, recognize you have two homes, a geography of two intricate places. It makes you a bit special. Who are you? Diaspora? It wasn't until I was 20 years old that I had learned that such a word exists. That what I had felt ever since I was 11 and returned to Palestine was something people had actually felt. So a word was created to compact an entire experience into 4 syllables. We, children of diaspora, are an earth made of 2 continents. We are imposters in both countries, trying to fit into clashing cultures. Born in Palestine, raised in the United States of America in Palestine, I am a child of diaspora. It is such a lonely word, but it makes me feel less lonely. شكراً لكم.
شكراً لينا. بتمنى إنكم يا إما لقيتوا حالكم في واحد من العروض أو تعلمتوا إشي جديد أو فكرتوا في فكرة رأسمال الهوية. هذا الجزء الأول من السلسلة. الجزء الثاني رح يكون كمان أسبوعين. بتمنى كلكم تكونوا موجودين وتجيبوا أصحابكم. من الفنانين اللي رح يعرضوا معنا واحدة منهم هون الليلة مريم برغوثي، ميسا ضو، مكي مكوك، ومحمد الكرد. يسعد مساكم. شكراً انكم اجيتوا. بتمنى انكم انبسطتوا.